CX to me has really broadened given the roles that I've been in. And so I can say very quickly the three components that really apply to every organization. One is CX in a digital channel. So I worked at Verizon as one example, where it was about optimizing the user experience, the visitor experience, to be able to find what they're looking for and be able to buy and get what they want and need, the whole customer journey, making a really low level of effort. So there's the digital channel. And that does include omni-channel because you can buy online and pick up store in some cases. Then there is CX in new product development. So that means that you have CX expertise in your development organizations or partnerships where you're infusing the customer voice early on in the development process. And so there's so much I could say just about that, but you can't just build products and hope it sticks. It's got to be a CX practice in that. And then finally, CX in a sales organization. So that means that it's a lot about employee engagement and how do you build that culture so that everybody owns CX? And that's a real practice to do that. I'm going to go with the positive spin on this because I really believe it. And that is out of bad comes good. And the good out of COVID and a pandemic is empathy. I am seeing far more empathy for all human beings during and now as we're slowly easing out of this year that we've had. And so service reps, customers, colleagues, diversity and inclusion, organizations. I mean, everybody is embracing empathy for each other. And why does it matter? What does it have to do with CX? Everything. Because when you have people who feel valued, included, heard, understood, and supported, the customer feels and sees it too. I would say what's really top of mind is the word safety. Organizations have always been, many top caring organizations have always cared about safety, but in a physical sense, now I believe that the world is going towards mental safety. So as we're getting out of where we've been and physically showing up at work, now the conversation is how do we support the mental safety, the anxiety that's coming from isolation. So to me, that's the opportunity. Companies that really address head on the mental safety and those needs that are different for every person, those are the companies that will win. Very simple. It's called voice of customer, really focused on getting the voice of the customer. Their needs are changing. And what you're building, what you're designing, the customer journey as you once knew it, throw it away. Because we as humans, and we are customers, we are employees, we are colleagues, we are leaders, our needs are changing. And so no need to guess. Talk to your stakeholders, talk to the customers, and redesign or take what you have now and validate, does it meet their expectations in this new day? Yeah, I see a lot of technology, and it is a great thing as long as it doesn't remove the human interaction. So it has to complement. And that's really important in a CX practice, is leverage the technology, but don't forget the human side. So an example is IoT, Internet of Things. it's incredibly helpful to be a vehicle that enables communication with, for customers, brands leveraging that. It's incredibly helpful. It saves time, it creates efficiencies, intelligence, where humans don't have to go on site to actually do some manual things that had to be done in the past. So I say leverage the technology, and IoT and AI and all that could be its own session. But at the highest level, leverage the technology, show your customers that you're getting more efficient to meet their needs, but you're not disappearing, because people buy from people. I believe the role of the industry, and as us plural, right? All those CX experts out there, we get to be champions and change agents in our organizations or entrepreneurs. We get to help drive better experiences, more satisfying experiences, and create a happier world in the process. That's the opportunity for us. And I see companies embracing it more now than ever before. But it does take a champion at the top, and it does involve people at all levels really walking the talk, and that bottoms up approach. Yeah, I would say we have an opportunity to do two things. One's easy and one is not. One is to drive the soft skills, meaning listening, right? We have two ears and one mouth. Let's use it accordingly. So driving more of the soft skills in everybody we work with, to really hear the customer and hear each other. The harder part, what we need to do, is to show that the impact of CX onto other business metrics.